Are we in a balanced or a buyer's market? That's a great question. And first of all,
if you like this content, subscribe, smash the button, subscribe to this channel.
So, let's look at the numbers. The prices are up. What the heck is going on? Let's unpack that a little bit. So, sales were actually down 5.8%. And I guess that's, 20-year record lows for a month. New listings were up 38% and active listings were up just over 50%. And the average price was also up 3.5%. So, that's kind of weird.
It is. Well, what it means is that it's not, again, we keep saying it, it's not a homogeneous market. There's a lot of different markets here.
There are a lot of different markets, yeah. So detached houses were up 8.2% in the 416. Condos were down 1.7% in the 416.
Yeah, I would say, so first of all, there's just not that many detached houses. So
Yeah.
if you're looking for them, it's just supply and demand, and there's just not a lot of them out there, so supply and demand.
Yeah.
There's a lot of condos that hit the market.
Yeah, it's also worth noting that the days on market really hasn't changed year over year.
That's surprising to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think part of that is it's a trailing 6-month average, so the numbers kind of get hidden for a while.
Yeah,
because it's definitely stuff is
are.
definitely hanging around longer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, and the sales to new listing ratio is also a trailing average. So, like if you just do the quick math here, it's like 25% of active listings sold. So that tells you that's, a buyer's market.
Yeah.
But again, to Jordan's point, it depends what you're talking about. Houses, detached, condos. What we're seeing is really the market's been changing week to week. We're still seeing bidding wars. I saw them a couple yesterday, actually.
Yes.
One house had 8 offers. But what we're noticing is sellers are really not coming down in price, right? And buyers just aren't able to go up because they're capped at, they have to qualify at 8%.
Yeah, reality is still not quite set in for some of the sellers.
Yeah.
Unless they have to, which we're seeing more of that, where they have to. And that's fine. I mean, you can hang it out, and some people have waited it out and got closer to their price, but certainly not necessarily.
And the truth is, in this market, but buyers don't go away, right? They just on pause a little bit, and it will come back.
Well, we're getting the same amount of sales at this time last year, roughly.
Roughly, yeah.
So those buyers are still there. We're just having more
double
sellers.
the supply. Yeah. The problem is interest rates have gone up. Probably, have peaked now, and folks are kind of waiting for them to come down. But it's sort of strange they haven't changed the qualifying rules. You have to qualify at 2% above whatever rate you get. And what we're talking about, in terms of houses, there's really 3 kinds of listings, right? There's move-in ready that looks nice and is priced appropriately. Those are selling. That's what's selling. Rental properties tend to be sitting more because investors just can't make it pencil at today's interest rates. And houses that need work just are not moving because people can't, they can't get a HELOC now, and B, it's just it's just a lot of money that you have to come up with.
Yes. So if you are selling, you better have a strategy to absolutely have your place looking spectacular.
Yeah.
And that's what we do.
So Ben, what's happening in the rental market? That's experiencing some stuff as well.
Yeah, it's been really interesting. We're not seeing the typical craziness, especially from the highs of August, September that we were earlier this year. We saw in quarter 3, compared to last year's quarter 3, the average one bed is up about 6%. But now we're really seeing a come down off of that, where more premium properties especially are slowing down in the rental market.
Right. Huh. Is that just timing? Because we know that a lot of people by September, October, you want to be in your place, right?
That definitely, the September market is really hot usually because, students are coming back to the city. We have families looking to settle in before school starts, all that sort of stuff. But I think we are seeing a bit of a shift because there's a lot of tenants out there that just aren't ready to make that next move with prices being so high.
Yeah, they don't want to leave.
Exactly.
Yeah. They're concerned about the economy, maybe losing their job.
Yeah, we also are just seeing a lot more savvy tenants out there, right? Tenants are very aware of their rights, of the quality of unit that they should have for certain pricing. And if they're not getting that, then they're not ready to make that move.
Well, you have to be in today's market. right? You
Yeah.
have to be in the city now. Everybody's
Yeah.
become a lot more aware of all parts of our cash flow, right?
For landlords that are trying to get their place rented right now, just some advice, you know, you want to make sure your place is priced appropriately, right? You want to not necessarily look at what your neighbor rented their spot for 2 months ago, because that's not where the market's at right now. Especially if the price is, it's more premium. You might want to consider adding in some extra perks for the tenants, right? Including utilities, you know, maybe updating some appliances, things like that, that make it more attractive.
Also taking great photos, virtual staging, and all that kind of stuff really helps, right? It's stuff that we typically do, but a lot of renters don't, or a lot of landlords don't.
Yeah, and they just take a photo with the phone.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Why is my place renting?
Yeah.
I can tell you why.
Yeah.
It's interesting because like you can't buy or build a property right now and get any sort of cash flow.
No.
So like, and that's not really going to change. What's going to happen to long-term rents, right?
Yeah, I think we are in a period where we're seeing some flux in the rental market. For a long time, it was only up, but now we're at kind of a crossroads, and we have to see where it goes from here, because, you know, there's the base of tenants can't support higher prices to a certain point.
And landlords can't afford to buy or build to rent to tenants. We're very bullish long-term on Toronto real estate. You know, the fundamentals are there, right? Constrained supply, lots of demand, immigration numbers. While maybe they're talking about capping them, they're really not doing anything to reduce them. So, you know, we're still...
that flood of new condos hitting the market is just hitting them now, and we both believe that there's not going to be, the pre-con is not going to continue.
And I'd say if they haven't broken ground, that's probably not going to get done.
For sure.
So
Yeah, why build at $1,500 a square foot and it costs you $1,700 a square foot?
Yeah,
It just doesn't work.
No. So what? The big so what? You know, and I think in the short term, what we're seeing is, you know, it's a great time to buy. You know, prices are. You know, we've gotten some deals actually in the last few months.
We sure have.
And luckily, you know, based on all the things that we do, we've still sold places when we had to sell.
You definitely have to invest in the sale. You have to stage properly. You have to do the touch-ups and all of those things. You have to really make the house looking great. It has to be turnkey.
Yeah,
It really does.
Yeah, and we did that on a couple condos that we sold, which, you know, that market is very soft, so, you know.
Yeah, you have to.
You have to. We did the right things there. But it is a great time, especially if you're looking for a condo. There's probably not going to be a better time to buy a condo. Houses certainly, you know, we've gotten some good deals recently on houses, same thing. But if you're looking to sell, now's the time to have that conversation and, you know, planning and what we have to do.
Preparation.
Yeah, preparation is key. So I hope you found that hugely helpful. Well, like we said before, please subscribe to this channel so we know to make more of this amazing content. If you have any questions, and if you're thinking about buying or selling, shoot us an email, info@thinkto.ca. Talk soon.
Talk soon.